Hi, it's LBM again, lightblockmount, and this time I'm making a computer cafe. That's right, an actual computer with a cafe in it. And it's basically a library also, and also a lot of other things because computers can do way too many things, and I was trying to get all of those things in here. But yeah, so in order to make it look like an actual computer, I added little platforms for the keys, and I know that the touchpad technically isn't like up, but I didn't really, you can't, well, can you make it go down? I'm not sure, but I just figured it was good enough, and functionally it works, I guess, you know. So then I also added all the ports as windows and a door, and the inside I modeled after like a Mac computer, like the inside. Most of it's like batteries and like fans and stuff, which is kind of odd, to be honest. Like I didn't get the motherboard or anything because it just didn't come up when I searched it, I guess. But yeah, so very weird room shapes. I kind of can't believe that I was actually able to do it. I was debating for a while like what color to make the computer because I modeled it after Mac just because I felt like it was more recognizable, but it's also kind of PC because it's more square and not round, so yeah, you know. So because of that, the color, I was thinking like, oh, should I do a space gray or should I make it black or, you know, whatever, but I just went for kind of like the more, you know, original Mac color, that kind of light silvery, you know. Oh my god, this thing is moving so fast. I can't believe I'm already like done building it. I felt like, well, I guess it didn't take forever compared to the rest of it. So I actually learned from Lil Simsy that sometimes it's really easy to just kind of look through the items and put them out as you go rather than like going actually by room and that kind of thing. And so I just kind of gathered a lot of the tech type things that I wanted to include, and just put them on the lawn, you know. That would be really interesting to play like that. But yeah, those were like the bare minimums that I wanted to include. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that you could actually use what's in the screen, and that was really annoying, honestly, because it's so skinny. It's only 2 tiles wide, like, so I figured the bathroom was best to put in there on the 2nd floor so that people didn't have to go like too far high up to, and like don't pee their pants on the way up. I made the inside dark walls because in the actual reference those pieces are all black or like really dark, so that's why I did that. It's kind of odd, but I don't know, I liked the variation, you know. In general, this was just so difficult for the wall everything, and especially because it's just gray and black and white. It's definitely giving hella corporate. And then I also chose a tile for the screen because like it represents the pixels, you know? And I also did it on the inside. I mean, I just thought I needed something to put in there to make it not just like completely gray and boring. And I actually do feel like I kind of accomplished it not being boring. Like, I think this would be really fun to play in and maybe a bit overwhelming, but you know. Oh, this is the game room. Yeah. There's a big game room. I thought I was gonna make it even more gamery and like I was gonna put computers like everywhere, but then I don't know, then I got caught up in like the cafe part, and like because of the weird shapes and everything, it was kind of difficult, honestly. So I just made like a dedicated computer room, a dedicated gaming room, and then like cafe area, which is also more like library type thing. Also like the photo booth, which I didn't even realize was there. I didn't realize it was there because like I've never used it, I've never seen it. Kind of great idea and perfect for like the actual program photo booth, you know. And oh, also I wanted to make sure that there was a streaming. Oh yeah, you can see the fans. I put fans in there to like replicate like these are actually fans in the computer, you know. But anyway, the stream, I wanted it so that you could stream in this place, like it's like a public streaming thing, and I don't know, I just thought that was cute. Like if anybody could stream, you know? Like it's a channel where anybody can stream and you have to like book it or whatever, but like maybe you can't. Like if that was a real life thing, I don't know if that would work. Like you'd have to limit times, right? Because then someone would just take it all up. But yeah, anyway, I was also kind of disappointed because a lot of the things from Get to Work didn't fit in this lower level. So yeah, I wish they sized down better because I would have definitely used them. I also added the little listening room. What is that? The, spying device, because I just like that device, honestly. I think I've just been trying to put it in everything. And I was trying to put like the professional photo booth thing, but it didn't really fit in the rooms, and it fit in the one room kind of, but I don't know, it felt just awkward, and I wanted kind of more of like a DJ room, and so that was kind of taking up that spot, and I thought I wanted to add that dance floor that is really kind of looks like a motherboard in my opinion, in a way. Yeah, so I mean, maybe I should have left it, but then I was like, you already have like the photo booth, and I also put some cameras around just kind of randomly in the shelves and that kind of thing, so I figured, and oh my god, also this is a great place for if you want to play with criminal sims, because they can steal so much, right? Like they can steal the camera, they could steal anything, I guess, in here, and it would be worth hella money. Yeah, no, I just think it's really funny. And I also tried to change it up with those different wallpapers on the inside to kind of be more motherboardy. I don't know, make it more interesting rather than just gray, and to just kind of separate the different rooms a bit. Make it a bit more like I feel like cafes tend to have those like motifs on walls kind of randomly placed, to like section things off. I also was trying to squeeze in as many science-y things as I could, but then I realized like, oh, the chemist station and things like that are kind of odd. Like, sure, those types of people use computers, but it wasn't like super directly related. But so I just added the robot station because I felt like that was most important, and I got rid of like the fizzy station or whatever. So then I just kind of decorated it to be cool, like added a generator and like the little tool bits and bobs thing. Yeah, and so I mean, hopefully people won't have like actual parties in here, although you could technically because of the DJ booth. But yeah, I wanted the DJ booth because it looks super futuristic and techno, obviously. But then also, I wanted to make sure there was some music element in here because, one, you use a computer to like make music, but also a lot of people listen to music, and to like represent the speakers that are honestly kind of a big part of computers. I feel like I was gonna try to fit in a piano and that kind of thing to represent like music making, but then it was just too much, and yeah, I already have so much other stuff going on, like that's just so much, and I wanted to really try and hone in on that like information computer gaming more. Decorating this, honestly, I felt like there weren't enough items, which is kind of strange because I feel like there are a lot of like high-tech items or blah blah blah, but I actually had kind of a hard time. Like I didn't fill it up as much as I could have, right? But a lot of the get to work stuff helped a lot, of course. Yeah, and because of the shape, it was really hard to place a lot of the furniture, actually. Like, I was surprised that I was able to fit so much, and I tried to make it so that it was like an actual like library setup where there are booths like everywhere, basically. I really like those kinds of cafes, and I feel like there aren't always a lot of them. Like, oh my gosh, did you hear about how Starbucks Starbucks is like trying to make it so that people don't hang out in their cafe as much. Isn't that insane? Like, that's literally your business model. Like, why are you doing that? It just makes it so awful to sit in. And like, cafes are made to sit in and enjoy and stay a while and buy multiple drinks and study and blah 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 blah. I don't know, Starbucks is doing something wrong. Anyway, carpets, the flooring, I tried to make it also look like a motherboard, and so I used that like bowling thing, which I've actually never used before, which was really cool. Oh yeah, I put like murals in the top to make it like you're actually using the pixels to make something. And then I don't know if this works, but I put the whiteboard there so that you could take classes in the actual thing because, you know, computers give you information. So I figured, why not have a class that runs out of there, right? But I don't know if that works. So, and I didn't playtest that part. So please let me know. Oh, the outside was very interesting. I kind of had an idea of what I was gonna do, but it was still difficult because I tried the Zen garden thing and I wish there was more variation for it because it's kind of limiting, honestly. I think also what limited me was, of course, the shape, especially like a lot of the little hallways behind more of those square, bigger rooms. It's like you can't put anything there, so like what's gonna be there? So I tried to, like, I think I put some mirrors or something in some place, and yeah, but I don't know like if people are actually gonna go there, so we'll see. But yeah, so I think there was potential to put a lot more here, but because I was only semi-lazy and because of the amount of stuff in here, like the amount of shelves in here, I guess it was harder to fill because of that. I guess one thing that I've learned from Sims is that scale is really hard and hella important. This thing is going by so fast. Like, I didn't realize how quickly all of this went by, but there were so many decisions I made in this. And it was technically less time than the Bigfoot one, which I'm kind of surprised about. It was like just above 16 hours, I think, maybe 17, whereas Bigfoot was like 19. Oh, I actually use a lot of like those video game posters, which I never used. I have never used those. And so I was really excited to actually be able to put those up. I guess maybe they were made for this kind of thing. I don't know if I've never seen a computer cafe personally, at least in The Sims or like other people make it, but I imagine people have had the idea, right? So I don't know if maybe they could like plan for that a little bit more, make a new thing based on that, which would be cool. So I also discovered this while doing this build, but there is apparently a poi stick, which is something that I did in high school. And so if you don't know what poi is, it's like, well, okay, my club in high school was the glow sticks club because we didn't have actual poi things that like lit up and were really cool, but we used glow sticks, and so you basically like whirl them around, and it's kind of like the fire throwing as well. Like kind of leads into that. That's like advanced poi, you know? So I think this one, I still haven't used it, but I put it in the DJ room because where else are you going to use that? Another thing you can steal. I also put the board games on that one, like the top of that one shelf. So hopefully those are accessible, but I'm really not sure, honestly. And then, oh, I put those robots in from, what is it? Is it from university, I think? Which I have never used, but I figured this was the perfect opportunity to use them. And so maybe they'll like help clean around and that kind of thing, especially because this is such a big like community lot. So that would be cool. I don't know if they can go up and down stairs though. So let me know about that as well. Oh, see, yeah, here I figured there was like a bunch of graffiti on the wall, and I tried to make the classroom really cute and that kind of thing with all of those maps. There was actually like a decent amount of like little classroom things, I felt, but it was really random. So I felt like maybe they should make more. Like there's not really a ton of like more elementary school. I guess that's kind of what I was going for. I guess maybe kind of like a Kumon vibe, if you know. Okay, this is just me, but the posters that they have for university are so specific to the actual schools that are in The Sims. And like, I know it's all about rivalry and all of that kind of thing, but I want something that's more generic. And so it was really hard to find those kinds of things, unfortunately. One thing that is great is the menu options that you're able to hang up though. Oh, here I am doing the outside. I was trying to make it like a community thing where like you can have events and that kind of thing. But so I tried to put like the screen projector and like TVs outside, but then you can see I've been designing this whole thing while it's been raining. And so then when I tried to play test it, I realized that, oh, all of the electronics are getting fucked. But I think the microphone should still be okay. At least when I tested it, it seemed to still work. But the TVs didn't, which I was sad about, but that's okay, you know. They need to make like a projector so that you can actually like have things on bigger walls, right? Or like, I don't know, some way to have a watching outside so that maybe you could have like a car, what do they call that? A car park or a car movie, something. That would be super cute and amazing for like romantic things, like dates, and oh my god, that'd be so cool. So yeah, I tried to have that, but obviously that didn't work. So instead I just have the microphone, and then I also later ended up putting another little bar, I think the boba one, because I didn't want to use the same one. But okay, so I still cannot figure out how to change the menu in Sims. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's some glitch. I tried to look it up. There were some glitches, but they were a little bit old that like popped up on Google and Reddit and whatever, but they weren't exactly like, I literally just can't find the button. I did find the button when I was like on my person, right? But then she had to buy the place, but then it wouldn't let me buy it because it said it was already owned. Bruh, I don't know. It was ridiculous. I know I said earlier that like hopefully people won't have parties in here. I don't know what I was saying. Ignore that. Please have many parties in here and overload this thing with Sims because this is the perfect lot for that. I mean, look at all those chairs and all of this space on this, what, 30 by 30 lot? Like, perfect. They have so much stuff to do in here. This is amazing. I can't wait to see people die in it. Oh yeah, I liked that I was able to add all of those statues and that kind of thing, which I don't normally do, especially because I've mostly only done actual homes rather than like community lots. So that was fun. And I used that debug like bus stop thing. I don't know, I thought it was just cute. So yeah, this is me doing the Zen garden. I made sure you could like walk around and look at things. Oh, I should have put the bonsai. Ah, man. Okay, well, you can put it in if you want. That would have been perfect. Then people would have actually had a reason to go and like walk around out there. Oh well. Yeah, you could also put some pots and stuff, which I didn't do. I just figured it was like for viewing or like talking or blah blah, you know. Oh, I could have also put a bench out there. I knew there was stuff I was forgetting. Ah, man. Oh yeah, and that tree thing is also debug, which I thought was really cool. I'm not sure where it's from, but it's giving very Microsoft, which is actually the opposite of Apple. Wow, good job, me. I mean, representation. yeah, I wanted to use those lollipop trees, but then I figured they looked it was too big. I wanted it to be a bit more subtle and like relaxing. I don't know why I feel like the lollipop trees are not relaxing. Yeah, and oh, I stuck with this like accent of like blue, right? Which is why I chose those hydrangeas and the blue for a lot of the inside stuff, because I feel like generally tech things tend to be like very super blue and like cool, and you know, that's how you make a kind of like Tron, you know, you make it very like futuristic blue. That's just a thing, right? So I tried to stick with that theme, obviously apart from that rainbow tree, but you know. I also made sure to give the slot a good internet and maybe something, like a study something, you know, to make people learn fast, because that's what computers help people do. Well, and libraries, but especially the internet nowadays. And that's why I love it.